One of the best things that I did in my 20s to make sure that I was never holding myself back from the dream life that I wanted to live one day is to leave perfectly happy, healthy relationships. And I know that that advice sounds so counterintuitive because we're always told to leave bad relationships. And don't worry, I had left a bunch of those too. But I remember multiple points where I was dating guys who were really nice guys, really, really kind men who would have provided me a wonderful life, who would have been a good husband, they would have been a good father, they would have been all of those things. But I left those relationships because ultimately those people did not want to build the type of life that I wanted to live.
Welcome back to the channel, fam. Thank you guys so much for being here. So today we're just going to be looking at this lady's video here. She makes some really valid points about relationships and how it's important that you choose the right life partner. I'm going to be listening and I'm going to be chiming in with no judgments here, just giving my own lived experiences. And I want to hear from you guys down in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree with her methodologies? Let's dive right in.
Because I, at least in my 20s, had self-awareness to understand that you're not just marrying a man, you're also marrying a life. An example I'll give you is I had a college boyfriend who was just the nicest person, like was kind, intelligent, and he taught me a lot about what it meant to be in a healthy, happy relationship. But whenever we would have conversations about our future, those conversations sounded different. He wanted very different things. He wanted to finish school and get married and move to the suburbs and have a white picket fence and start having kids immediately and have a really, really big family and all these kinds of things. And I would listen to this and I'm like, that's a dream life for somebody else, maybe for a different woman. But it wasn't my dream life because I wanted to finish school and build a career and go back to school at some point and build a business and travel the world. And there was so many.
All right. So if I'm hearing her correctly, she had a good guy, kind, taught her what a healthy relationship should be like, but she wanted to finish school. And was he stopping her from finishing school? Because again, I'll use my own lived experiences. Like I've been with my partner since I was 19. I'm now 33 years old. We literally went to school together. We had our first child, and my partner still had about a year to go. But I think if you found your person, right, then you guys can walk through anything. You can travel the world together. Like there's nothing stopping you from traveling the world with your significant other. There's nothing stopping you from starting a business with your significant other. Like in the 14 years that I've been with my partner, we've started multiple businesses now. Multiple successful businesses. So I don't really understand what she means by this. Perhaps the relationship that she had wasn't as good as she thought it was after all. If her guy wasn't even going to allow her to finish school, then how good was that relationship really?
Different things that I wanted to do that ultimately if we were to stay together, I think, everyone can find a way to make it work. But I didn't want to make it work with anybody. I didn't want to ever have to compromise on my dreams in order to stay in a relationship just because of fear that I wouldn't find another person that was a good man. And for that reason, I had ended relationships like that again, on paper were, good people, could have been a good life, but ultimately you are marrying a life, not just a man, right? But why settle for fine when you can settle for a dream life? And it allowed me, all those things led me to the partner that I have now, who not only is a good man, who teaches me so much about a healthy, happy relationship, and he's smart and he's handsome, he's intelligent, he's all the things that I always had on that checklist, but he also wants to build the same type of life that I had always aspired to. His vision for the future is the same as my vision.
Yeah, so I think this is admirable, and I'm happy for her that she found this dream guy that is great, but also wants to build the dream life that she wants to. I think this could also be harmful to young girls because I believe, and I really believe, that the time to actually vet for a life partner is actually while you're going to like your college years. So for me, I think rather than partying and drinking and all that stuff, I think your college years is when you find your guy. Right? Excuse me. And I genuinely believe this because that is what I've seen that worked for me. It worked for a lot of my buddies as well, who are now happily married till this day. Like Deontay Wilder will say, right? So I just wanted to clarify that it could be harmful to young girls because if they're always chasing after that dream guy, right? They might find out, oh, he's lacking this one thing or he's lacking that one thing, and then I don't want to compromise anything. And then you end up having like ladies getting older and remaining single. And now if that is what you want for your life, then take two, right? But if you're someone who would eventually want to start a family and like maybe like have children and all that good stuff, then I think that you need to be thinking about it ahead of time, and you need to have compromise. There's always compromise. And I don't believe that there's no compromise. I don't believe that there's this fairy tale ending. I think relationships are always going to have their ups and their downs, and that is what it is to be in a partnership and in a relationship, is that you guys work together to make the most outcomes for yourselves. But I want to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments below. We're going to finish up the video here, and I'll give my closing statements.
For the future, and together we can build that future versus compromising on, okay, let's take a bit of my dream future and your dream future. We're both heading in the same direction. So that, yeah, not settling for people who were just good enough and could have been a good husband, to find somebody who not only is a good husband, but shares my exact vision for the life that we want to build together. So I hope that helps as you navigate dating, and just know that someone just being a good guy isn't enough necessarily to stay if you don't feel like it's your dream partnership.
Right. So this term good guy or good girl, I find it gets thrown around pretty randomly, but really, what does that mean to you? Down in the comments below, let's talk about it. What is a good guy to you? What is a good girl to you? Because I think that could differ from person to person. But in my own mind, when I think of a good person for me, I think it's someone that that values like the good things, right? Like they value love, they value commitment, they value relationship, partnership. They are willing to compromise, right? That is what a good girl for me would be. Is someone who sees that, okay, maybe I can compromise here for my partner, and then my partner, me, I can also compromise there for her, and then together we build a stronger bond. And that is what I would define as a good relationship for me. Also one where like it's loving, it's supportive, and it's a true partnership, right? Not this perfect fairy tale dream life, because I don't believe that exists. Maybe in the Disney fairy tales it might exist, but not in real life. But I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about this one down in the comments below. I'll be linking this lady's video in the description as usual. Be sure to give this video a like and a subscribe. And until next time, peace.